Well, hello there and welcome back. This is episode 62 of my Minecraft 1.16 Let's Play. And yes, I'm still Poseidon. I worked really hard on these apps. I'm not just going to give them up overnight. So I was thinking to myself, what would Poseidon do? So the next Poseidon task I came up with is killing a bunch of fish. That's what Poseidon would do, right? So this right here is an Afk Fish Farm by Raiseworks, and as you can see, it's working really well. I'm not even up at the AFK spot up there, and you can see a lot of fish are already dying. And we've got this warm ocean here. This is over by the slime farm that we're setting up, and there was just a warm ocean right next to it. I figured this would be a good spot to set up a fish farm and get some of the fish that are a little bit harder to get. I thought I would get some cod from this, but apparently not. Apparently, I am just getting tropical fish and pufferfish, but that's fine. I knew I wouldn't be getting salmon, but we're getting a lot of salmon at my drown farm, actually. I've almost got a half a shulker box of salmon just from the drown farm, so if I AFK that for a little while, I should be able to get a shulker box of salmon. And I've been getting a lot of cod, actually, at my base, at my fountain. Like, cod just die at my fountain all the time, so we might be able to avoid setting up a farm for that as well. We'll see what happens, but as you can see, tropical fish will take no time at all. It will take a little bit longer to get a shulker box full of pufferfish, which is a little bit sad because that's the only one that's actually useful, because I have actually been going through a number of water breathing potions. But yeah, just a quick little farm. I mean, it wasn't super quick. It's actually, there's a lot of blocks in this, but it wasn't too hard to set up or anything like that. And it gets me a bunch of pufferfish, so that's pretty cool. Wow, so I went to do something else, and I AFK'd this for like 20, maybe 30 minutes, and it looks like this. And the carts are stopped, and I'm sure the other side looks like that as well. So, might need more chests. I'm not super worried about it, but let's see, let's grab all these pufferfish and see how many pufferfish we got. We obviously have over a shulker box of tropical fish, but we're almost there on a shulker box of pufferfish already. That is impressive. I did not expect this to be this fast. Yeah, looks like we just need another row, and we should be full up on a shulker box of pufferfish. This thing is crazy. And look at all those that are sitting on the ground. Yeah, if I want to AFK it for longer, which I probably won't bother after this point. Like, once I get a shulker box of pufferfish, I think I'm good. That I would need more chests because this is just going to lag out everything. So Astazora and I finished digging the trenches here. These go all the way down to bedrock, and it's along all 8 sides. So all 4 sides the outside, and then all 4 sides the inside. And then we removed the top column of gravel so that we got these nice water walls that will protect everything from being blasted away. So this is all nice and done. So the next thing we got to do, this is the clearance that's required for the World Eater, and this clearance needs to be all the way down to bedrock. So what we're going to do is, we don't want to dig all that out, so we're going to use regular bombers in order to just, TNT duping that'll move back and forth, that'll remove all these blocks out of here. Now normally I have a set of bombers that I use all the time and they work really well, but Astazora found this flying machine on Reddit, and it is amazingly cool. So if I update that observer right there, everything goes into position. This is a 9 TNT duper array, and this thing is just devastating. And I wanted to use something like this to clear out our areas, but this is a one-directional flying machine, so we would have to take it apart and then rebuild it every time we wanted to do another row. And I didn't really want to have to deal with all of that, but I really wanted to use something like this. So I actually spent a while on this, and I did a whole bunch of modifications, and I figured out a way to make it two-way. Unfortunately, there were some push limit issues, and I did have to get rid of some of the TNT dupers, but I was able to keep 6, so it's still pretty devastating. So if I come over here and I switch it on, then it'll do the same thing. This is just the return station over here. And we got another return station over here, and actually the engine for the other side is over on this side. So it will come through, do a bunch of devastation on its way. See, 6 TNT dupers is still quite a bit. It's way more than is necessary. None of this is necessary. A regular TNT duper would actually be a lot more efficient. I just thought this would be fun, and I I still think it's quite fun. And then from this side, I do need to switch it once, and then after that, it will actually just go back and forth on its own. And unfortunately, the nature of this TNT duper, it will not fire TNT on the way back, because pushing the coral fans into the TNT doesn't do anything. You've got to push it the other way. There's no way around that, but it's still pretty darn cool, and it's, you know, like, it does a lot more damage than a regular TNT duper would do. But again, it's not designed to be efficient or anything like that. This is all for the cool factor, and then it'll go back the other way. Yeah, so with quite a bit of modifications, I'll put a template in the description if anybody's interested in this nonsense. And I think I might actually make a tutorial for it as well, but it's not practical. It's just fun. And it goes two ways. Alright, I got the first bomber set up here. This should be one of the easiest sides to do, and then we will ramp up from there. But this is all set up, so all I gotta do is come on back here and flick the switch down here, and it should launch on its way. Everything looks good so far. So most likely this is gonna uncover some water and some lava and whatnot, and I'm gonna have to stop the machine and clear all that out. But other than that, this should obliterate everything in this whole 5-block width right here. Just tear it all out. Or I built it too low and it blew itself up. Alright, well, I guess we'll try again. Alright, I was able to fix it on the fly, I think. I just need to update this observer right here. A little bit paranoid. But there we go. Yeah, okay, not too bad. There's a good chance it'll blow itself up again if I built it that low. But we'll see. Looks like I did actually lose the middle TNT here. So, let's keep away from this. But I think we're okay. I think it'll still do the amount of damage that is required. Should be fine. I don't think I can actually put that middle TNT back in there. So, it's docked, and so once we get to the other side, we do need to fire it off once, and then it's fine from there. It'll go back and forth on its own. But again, yeah, it doesn't fire on this direction. Alright, here it comes back to dock. Should launch itself off and start blowing things up again. And now we should free of it blowing itself up, because it's already blown out the ground below it, so none of these explosions should be close enough that it'll actually hit the machine itself. So we should be fine from now. So this other side over here has got this hill right here, so that makes this a little bit more complicated. The flying machine had to be even higher up, so this flying machine will not be able to reach bedrock. So this side is going to take 2 flying machines, but I'm pretty sure I did actually set that one up high enough. I'm out of rockets. I am still running that flying machine over there. It should be fine for me to run both at the same time. So let's grab some rockets, head on over. So this one should be ready to go, and hopefully I set up this one high enough, because I wasn't trying to make sure that I got down to bedrock, so I gave it a little bit of extra room, because it didn't really matter. So let's turn on this switch, and come on down, and turn this baby on. Oops. It should be off on its way. If I can... Oh, it took out that. That's a little worrisome. But look at it go. Alright, it's approaching the hill now. Hopefully everything goes well and it doesn't blow itself up. But it shouldn't, I don't think. And we still got the middle TNT on this one, which actually gives it a bigger chance of blowing itself up, because TNT works together that way. Looks like we should be fine. Man, look at it go. Alright, looks like we should be good. But again, we're going to have to do another one of these in order to get all the way down to bedrock. Let's flick the switch over here and send it off on its way. Did I set that up wrong? Oh, shoot. Yes, it did. Something's wrong. Oh, I left an obsidian block here. I do now have to wait for that flying machine to go back and then come back. Otherwise, I'll have problems. So I'll have to wait for that, and then I can launch it off on its way again. So checking up on the other machine. Looks like it's still doing well. We've got a small amount of lava and obsidian down there. So I'll wait until it's back on its way, and I should be able to clear that up while it's on its way back. And I shouldn't have any problems with it blowing me up overhead. Probably shouldn't be this close to the TNT, but... yeah, so let's go clear that up. And the engine here is almost back, so we can send this off on its way again as soon as it docks. There we go. Flick the switch. And we should be good now. Alright, we can clearly see that this side has reached its maximum depth because it's like perfectly smooth over here. Looks like there's a little bit that needs to be blown up over there, but that should be fine for the next flying machine. So I think it's time to tear this one down and set up the second one. And we had a bit of an incident with the first flying machine here. I'm not sure exactly what happened here, but we're missing some TNT. We're missing a minecart, and some of the blocks are in the wrong position. So we might as well just tear this one out and build another one. I can leave the dock here just fine and just set up a second one because it's still got quite a bit more work to do. So let's set up 2 more flying machines and get those launching again. Alright, we're back up to full TNT strength on this first flying machine, so let's give her a launch, and hopefully we shouldn't have any issues from this point on. Everything looks pretty good so far. So this first side's actually done here. I'm not concerned at all about the water that's down here. It was inevitable because of the way that the bedrock is. But anything that's underneath, any blocks, there are a few blocks that are underneath it, are going to be non-spawnable anyways because there's water on top of them. This side on the inside, this side, the inside, is actually going to get, the water is going to get removed from that side. So we won't have that flowing water on this side. And also, I made this a chunk larger than it needed to be. So these areas right here aren't even within the spawning radius anyway. So none of this should actually be a problem. But yeah, we've all the way down to bedrock. We're good to go here. And now I got the second machine for this side ready to go. This one should blow up all the way down to bedrock. So let's just go ahead and flip it on. And get some nice explosives going. I love this machine. Oh, it's already down to bedrock. Look at it go. Here's where the real fun begins, because we can actually put these things right next to each other. So for the wide section of this clearance, I've got 6 of these machines all in a row here, and this should be a lot of fun to watch. So let's go on back and switch it on. And, oh, I forgot to actually turn it on first. And then let's switch it on. There we go. And they're launching. Looks like everything's good. So, oh, wow. Holy cow. That is a lot of TNT. That's just amazing. And this is what it looks like after just one run with the machine. Man, that is total devastation. It's even gotten down to bedrock at a few places. It's amazing. Ooh, some diamonds over here. Go grab those. And it's just now starting its second run. And yeah, it's almost done here. Look, it's almost all the way down to bedrock in most of these places. This thing did not take long at all. So for this last section, I'm actually going to use the regular bombers that I use all the time because they're just a lot easier to set up and they're a lot less likely to have problems. And when they do have problems, they're super easy to fix. This is what I use all the time, and it's a nice contrast to the ridiculous bombers that were a lot of fun, but this is what I would normally use to clear out an area like this. And I'm going to stagger them a bit so that we don't get, again... Bye, Astazora. I didn't even think about the fact that he was on that one.
Come on, enjoy my trip. I'll see you around.
Alright, see you later. So it's not nearly as effective, but, you know, sometimes the more modest approach is what you need to get the job done. It's just easier, but that's definitely a lot cooler. I just wanted to show this one for comparison. That one's actually just straight in the water, isn't it?
Yeah. Kind of, but it seems that the TNT is flying over it sometimes. So, I mean, I still think that looks cool, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much these sides are going to do us.
I don't know. Hopefully this gets everything blown out of the way. With this one, you do have to run it like a bunch more times in order to get it to work. But, you know, like it doesn't really cost you anything because it's all a TNT duper. And
So far, it looks like it's doing really good.
This is no time to sell your wares, mister.
Where is he?
I don't know. He's he drinks an invisibility potion.
He's got a bunch of dyes. He's got nothing good.
No?
Nah.
I don't even need Nautilus shells from him anymore. That's why I wanted him last time.
They're spitting on me. Oh no.
Alright, so this side just finished up, and it is completely done all the way down to bedrock. There ain't a block down in here. So we've got the full clearance here for the World Eater all set up. So we're set up to build the World Eater now. However, we don't have all the materials we need for the World Eater. Ironically, I need a bunch of slime blocks. We need about a shulker box of slime blocks in order to build the slime farm. So I'm going to have to AFK a bit for that as well. We're going to need a bunch of pistons and observers, but we're kind of low on cobblestone at the moment. So I do have this cobblestone generator right here, and it's right at my blast building, so it's super convenient, but it's not super fast. It's not bad, but for a shulker box of observers, you need 6 shulker boxes of cobblestone. And for a shulker box of pistons, you need 4. It adds up really, really quick, and in order to get the cobblestone that I need for right now, I have to AFK this thing for a couple of hours, and I think I want something that's quite a bit faster than that. And Ilmango has one that generates 120,000 cobblestone per hour, and it's not super hard to build. So I think I want to build that thing, and then we can actually supply our bulk storage at the Obsidian Bank. I want to make like 1,000,000 cobblestone and not have to worry about it again for a long, long time. Before that, though, we've got some items to cross off this list here. So I did end up getting a shulker box of tridents. I've enchanted these all up with various enchantments. And we got the shulker box of tropical fish. And I also ended up getting the shulker box of puffer fish. So we can pull those things down off the wall. And I didn't actually have a trident before that, but I got one in my inventory. That's just a regular unenchanted trident. And not much left here. Music disc and diamond blocks, that one's kind of a long-term one anyways, but that one's probably going to be the hardest one to get. These ones shouldn't be too hard, and this one I'm not sure how hard it is going to be get or not. We'll have to figure that out at some point. It just hasn't been a high priority, but I think it might be getting close to time to add passive mob drops to the list at some point, but there's building I want to build before I do that. But for now, we'll just leave it like that. Not much left. And let's cross these items off by adding them into the box here. These are all items that I've collected a shulker box of. It's pretty amazing. And then the Cobblestone Generator is actually going to go right back here where Astasaurus statue used to be. And this thing right here, this is my Make It Rain machine. That one's going to have to be moved as well. So we'll just tear that down for now, and we'll move it at some point in the future. But let's get started on that Cobblestone Generator. So I finished this up just before going to bed last night, and I decided to leave it running overnight. And all the cobblestone comes down into these 4 quad-speed shulker box loaders down here. And then they get sent up, the shulker boxes get sent up into all these double chests over here. And in my creative testing, I was finding that it was filling about a double chest of shulker boxes every hour, a little bit more. So I figured these 9 double chests would last about 8 hours of AFK. But I was AFK for about 7 hours, and it filled all 9. I've cleared out the top double chest up here so that we can leave it running for demonstration purposes. But all the rest of these are filled with shulker boxes filled with cobblestone. And each of those double chests is about 100,000 cobblestone. So that should last a good long while, and I might actually need more storage if I want to AFK this for 8 hours. I do want to make sure that we've got at least 1 million cobblestone and then send that over to the Obsidian Bank. But in the meanwhile, this is not much to look at. So Astazora and I actually came up with a design for this building that's kind of interesting. So let me throw all that together. I am really happy with how this building turned out. As I said, Astazora and I worked on this one together, and I think we complemented each other really well, and we pushed each other in some really interesting directions, and we ended up with a building that I think still fits the modern theme mostly, but it's got some really interesting elements that wouldn't necessarily be something that you normally see on a modern building. Like there's a lot of natural stone, and there's a lot of blocks that would be pretty hard to get to look good just in general, let alone on a modern building like diorite and cobblestone and stuff like that. And I think it really kind of works here, and I think it gives a nice little break from all this modern all over the place in this area. And then we've got like this modern building with an asterisk, so it still looks like it belongs, but it's got different types of visual interest that the other buildings don't have. And I think it turned out really, really well. And Astazora and I have decided that we want to work together on some building exteriors in the very near future, because this one worked really well. And I'm really happy with it. And we got this nice big view window in the back. I think that's really nice. And we got a nice big, you can actually stand here and watch it go. The switch is right there, so we can watch it go. And then we've got the storage system, the sorters and everything, the loaders are all underneath my feet, so we can watch the TNT coming down. We can see all that happen, and then the items will come in through in here, and we can see those go through the system as well, and then it all comes out into these chests over here. So I think it just really came together really, really well. So I've already loaded a whole bunch of these shulker boxes into my own storage system, so now I need to take a whole bunch of trips to load all this up into the Obsidian Bank. Fortunately, it's not very far. It's down at spawn, which we're pretty close to. And the Obsidian Bank is like a collective area for the server where we can put all the items that we have a whole lot of. It's got these huge storage silos for storing a bunch of shulker boxes. And anybody can come and grab the items as they need them. So I'm going to add cobblestone to this one. I've already added a filter up top because there's a sorter. So all I got to do is put the shulker boxes in there and they will get automatically sorted into this row right here. So we've already got shulker shells, obsidian, and now we've got cobblestone at the Obsidian Bank. So that's where I'm going to end the episode for today. We've got all the stuff that we need in order to build the World Eater. And so we're going to start that pretty much at the beginning of the next episode. So I hope to see you then. I hope you enjoyed this episode and I hope you have a really good day. Thanks for watching. Bye now.